Hey everyone, it's Charlie Getz. Andrea reached out to me to do another webinar for elementary teachers for their September PD makeup. So I put together a webinar from responses I received on my previous webinar that I did on using Promethean boards in PE settings. Some you responded with how do I do this, or how do you create this on your computer so you can use it on the Promethean board. So this will be pretty much a how-to video on some of those applications that were featured in that previous webinar. So I'm going to ask you at the end of this video to receive credit for this PD. I'm going to ask you to create your own version of one of the applications discussed that is relevant to your school and that you can hopefully use in your setting. We will share most of the info for this PD through the Google Classroom set up for elementary PE teachers, as well as you're going to submit your creation that you come up with through that assignment post that will be on there. So I will share, at the end of this video, I'll share the code for that classroom just in case you are receiving this via another source. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I received some responses on the bulletin board, the electronic bulletin board, digital bulletin board I did. Okay, so this is pretty simple. All you want to do is create a slideshow on either PowerPoint, or you can use Google Slides as well. I'm demonstrating through PowerPoint, but the directions are pretty much the same. If you need a little assistance on switching over to slides, just let me know, and maybe I'll do another webinar on doing that. So I recommend only creating 3 to 5 slides for your bulletin board so that you're not overloading students with information. Also on your slides, you don't want to put too much information on your slides. You just want a quick response so it flashes. So picture yourself driving down the road going 40 miles an hour, and you drive past one of those digital signs outside of local business or a church or anywhere that has one of those signs, and they're trying to give you information while you're driving 35 miles an hour. So as your kids are flying out of your gym at 35 miles an hour to go back, they can see the information that you provide. Okay, so I did 3 slides here just for examples. Bring your sweatshirts, cooler temps next week. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see cooler temps next week, but maybe someday we can use this slide. I did a happy birthday slide and put some students' names on it, so you can get that build a relationship with your kids and your students to get that social and emotional learning aspect, building relationships with them. And then I also did just hey, the color run is this Saturday. Check with Mr. Smith for details. So simple, straightforward information that you can send your kids. Okay, so after you created your slideshow, what you're going to have to do is come up here to transitions, and way over here on the right you're going to see advanced slide. Okay, and down here usually it's on the click of the mouse or the space bar to go to the next slide, but what we want it to do is automatically change on its own. So we want to set a timer. So if you click on the after, so it read on the after, what was it saying? Move to the next slide after a certain number of seconds. So you're going to click on after, and it is set for 5 seconds. So that's pretty good time to see what's going on with that. Okay. After you click on after, you come over here and you want to click to apply all. So this is going to apply that 5-second advance of the slide to all your slides. So now the whole slideshow is set to advance after 5 seconds. Okay. The final step you'll need to do is come over here to slideshow, and you're going to come here to set up slideshow. Okay. And down here you want to click on loop continuously until the escape button. Okay. So this will continuously go from slide 1 to slide 2 to slide 3 back to slide 1 continuously until you hit the escape button. Okay. So then go ahead and hit OK, and then we'll see if it works. Okay. So should click to the next slide after 5 seconds. And then once it gets to the third slide, you want to make sure it goes back to the beginning, which it did. So we are good. So hit the escape button and you are done. Okay. Another response I got was about the daily attendance. So some of you ask how to set up how I make my own. Again, you can go on, there's already made templates on Teacher Paid Teacher. They're not that expensive, $3 for a already template made up. But if you want to create your own, you can go ahead and just create a new slideshow. I don't like using the title slide. Okay. Up here in the title bar, I recommend putting the class name. So this is Bell's class. Okay. I recommend getting rid of this box and you are good to go. So what we need to do is come up here to insert, and you're going to create some text boxes. So this is where you're going to enter your student's name. Now you have two options here. You can enter one of your students' names to start off with. If you just want the name to show up. If you want the box to show up, you would just right click, hit outline, and then choose a color in order for it to happen. I like it without the box. So we'll have no outline. So this is John S. Okay. Now what you need to do is, while this is highlighted, you're going to come up here to animations. Okay, and here's your animations box. You want to click on the arrow with the line for more. And down here is your exit animation. So when we click on the name, how's it going to leave the page? Is it going to fade? Is it going to fly out, float out, and so forth? If you remember from my previous example, we used the bounce out. So it's going to give an example of what it's going to look like. Okay. After you get that set, okay, making sure the box is still highlighted, you want to come over here to the trigger button. Okay. Now it's going to have two options for, you have the title and text box. So if I click on the title right now, if you click on the Mrs. Bell's class there, it's going to advance to the next slide, okay, which we don't want. So we just want to click on that text box. There should be only one text box available. Okay, so that means in order for this animation to happen, the student would have to come up here and click on that name. Okay, so we always want to do a little test to make sure it's working first. Okay, there goes John S. Okay. So after you created one box, you can leave John. I recommend just leaving John in there. You're going to right click and copy. Click off of the box, and then you are just going to start making copies of the boxes. Okay. It's a little redundant, but you need to do this to get all of your boxes, or boxes for your students. then you go ahead and organize it on your screen. Of course, you can change the font of the letters if you want other fonts. Do for each kid or whatever. Okay. All right. Now, since then you would go through here, click on John S. because we have more than one John S. Or not more than one John S. I'm sorry. So we start adding other R's. Sorry, I can't spell it. This is Chris M. Susie B. Of course, you can put the last name in if you want. George. Okay. And then you're set. Go through, insert all of your kids' names, and you should be set. And we come back up here, current slideshow, and check it out. And as you remember, as students come in, they can go over the Promethean board, tap their name, and they will pop out. Now, by chance, if a student does come up, unfortunately, if they just tap on the whiteboard or not on their name, and they just click, it's going to advance the slide. All you have to do is hit that back key, and it's still there. It's still saved. Okay? So that's what in Invent they do that. Just go over and hit the back arrow or the home button on the arrows, and it will go back and you are good to go with all those names. Okay. And remember, this is something quick, something simple to take attendance. So we can go over here and say, hey, John S. didn't click his name. So did he forget to click his name, or is he absent? Okay. Most of the time he's absent because kids like this interaction of technology. Okay. Next one response I got was how to link instructional videos to a PowerPoint. So you find a video on YouTube, how do you put it into a PowerPoint slide? So let's go ahead and come up with a new slide. Now if you look at these options, these are options you can add videos. So you can add a table if you want, a graph, smart art graphic, pictures, online pictures, and then you have an insert video. Okay. Go ahead and click on insert videos, and then you're going to have three options here. You're going to have the option of loading a video that you might have shot, of your own, something you have saved on your desktop. You can also go through YouTube, or if you have an embedded code from a video, you can embed that code in there and then it will be accessed. So let's use the YouTube option here. Let's say introduction to pickleball. Okay. And they're going to give you a whole slew of videos. If by chance I highly recommend you preview the video, because you can't preview the video from here. It's just going to automatically insert it into your onto the PowerPoint slide. So you do have the option of taking the UR code or the URL for the video and pasting it into the box here, and it'll automatically pop up. So I looked at this video earlier, so let's go ahead and use that. And you highlight it, you can double click it or hit the insert, and there you go. I like to expand it so you're not necessarily have to leave your PowerPoint to watch the video. So you get a full screen, but you do have the option of doing it, leaving the website or leaving your slideshow to go to YouTube to watch a video. So from your slideshow then, it should pop up here in a second. There you go. We're in the slideshow, and to play the video, you simply click on the play button, and then the video will start playing. So
The
you want
object
the
of the
full
game
screen.
is to be the first player or team to have at least 11 points, and you must win by 2 points.
It will
Setup. Pickleball is
not take
played
you
on
to
a
full screen. I'm
badminton-sized
sorry,
court.
it won't do that.
20
I'm sorry.
feet by
You can go to
44 feet.
YouTube. If you click
The
on
net
YouTube,
is
it'll take you
36 inches high
to
and divides the
YouTube.
court down the
And
center of
then
the short side
you
of the
can
court.
escape out of that after you're done, and you can go to the next slide. All right. So that's how you would insert a instructional video to a PowerPoint slide. I received some responses on my self-made, my little clips, my animated GIFs. So what we want to do here, so let's go ahead and create another slide real quick so we're ready to go. Okay. So you want to go to giphy.com, GIPHY.com. So we've all seen these via social media from our friends, sending textbook or texting them, Facebook and so forth. So I said, hey, let's use all these resources that are available to us to make it possible to educate our kids. So you will have to create an account. It's free. Okay, that way you can access it at any time, so you can save some videos and so forth, or GIFs you make. So what you need to do to create a GIF is first you need to shoot a video. Okay, so if you remember, I shot a video from my students doing the chest pass. So go ahead and you're going to click upload after you save that video to your computer. Okay. Browse your yeah, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. You want to browse your files on your computer. Okay. I say mine in videos, and here's that video of the two gentlemen doing a chest pass. Okay. The idea again from this is I demonstrate it to my students. I post this on the Promethean board, so they can not always come up to me, because we want to try to get the most one-to-one experience with our students as possible. So we have 30 kids, 30 plus, running around, and hey, let's go watch the video. So you just watch over, and you can go over and look. So after you explain the chest pass, you put up this demonstration, this quick clip of it, and then you're good to go. Okay, so basically this just loops the video for you. So after you upload the video or get the video onto Giphy, you want to upload it. Takes a few seconds for it to happen. And there you go. Okay, so it's available. So to put it into our PowerPoint, the easiest way I found to do this is you want to right click on the video, and you want to copy image, go to your PowerPoint, excuse me, all right, and then you want to paste the image. There you go, and then go ahead and set up where you want it. So if you remember my previous webinar, I had 3 videos. I had 3 different things. I think I had the foul shot and also a release, basketball release. Okay. After you get your video or the picture where you want it, you want to go back to the website, come over here to copy link. Go ahead and copy, come back to your PowerPoint, right click on the image now, and you want to create a hyperlink, paste that link to it, and in theory, let's see if it worked. There you go. So when now you have that instant video. Okay. I demonstrated how to do the chest pass, extending my arms, stepping to your partner in opposition. Okay, make sure your hands are up so you can catch the ball so it doesn't bounce off your chest or your face. Okay, and then, okay, go try it. And then, of course, we get some kids that, I didn't see, what do you want me to do? The video's there so you can go around and help kids do a better job, give them some pointers, and hey, you go watch the video again, come back, try it again with your partner. Okay, something simple and good to go. All right, another comment I got was on Jeopardy. Now, this was just an online. Okay, you want to go to jeopardylabs.com. Okay, so you have an option of creating your own Jeopardy game, or you can find a Jeopardy game. So they already have 2 million of them. So they're good to go. This was, the idea behind this was we're doing fitness stations, and in that rotation, I'm going to put my Promethean board up and put Jeopardy so I can cover some content, so we can give them a little quiz or review as a station within the fitness rotation. Okay, some said, well, the whole point was movement. So what can you do? While they're standing in the Promethean board, they can do squats, or they can do jog in place. Okay, so they don't need to stop moving completely, but this gives an opportunity to review some of the content you're discussing. Okay, this is also a great way to get some brownie points from your core teachers. You can, if you create your own game, they're going to ask you to just create a password for each one you do, so you can access it prior. So what you can do is, hey, we're going to incorporate math into PE, some cross-curricular. Okay. Then for your questions, you got your question prompt and your response. So we can say 5 times 5 equals, and then you would put your answer over here, and you got a question. You can do ELA questions, science questions, PE/health questions. Okay, some of the content you were discussing. Maybe you did a unit on heart rate, so you can ask questions about heart rate. Okay, obviously, like most people, they want some money from you. So if you want to get fancy and add a picture, okay, say we want to upload a picture from the file. Okay, let's see, where's that at? Okay, I really hate to do this to you. Well, then why are you doing it to us? So the good news is that for $20, you get a lifetime membership just to support this site, and you can insert pictures, you can insert math equations, embedded video files from YouTube. So, hey, I got a little clip, I could put that basketball thing that we just did, the GIF, where they're doing the chest pass. I can post that, and then I can ask the question, name that pass. Okay. For me at the middle school level, I could put a route, for football, passing route. I could put a slant up there, diagram of a slant, and then name that route. Okay. So for $20, not too bad for your lifetime use if you really want to get into using this Jeopardy. So after you create, you hit start. Of course, I don't have any questions. So students come up, 5 times 5. Okay, they come over, hit the reveal correct response. There you go. They got it right. Okay. Now the other option, if you don't want to be crafty, they got over 2 million. Okay, so we go to find a Jeopardy game. So let's get crazy and just put in jump rope and see what happens. Ooh, we have jump rope for heart. So if you do jump rope for heart, they have a Jeopardy game for it. So you can do this while you're jump roping. History of jump rope. Jumping rope has been in existence for thousands of years. Okay, fitness questions they might have. This is directly linked to an individual's health. Okay, so now we're getting all Jeopardy on them. What is cardiovascular fitness? Okay, so there are 2 million. Where you at? 2 million of them and counting. So it's there for you if you need it. All right. So those were a few of the applications people ask questions about. So there are some how-to videos to do it. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. There is your elementary school physical education Google Classroom code. So you will be posting your example through this. I will have a post which will be down here. In order for you to get credit for this PD, we will have a post here. I haven't created yet because I don't have the video. I will, as soon as I finish uploading the video to YouTube, I will give you, that post will be available for you. Okay. So without further ado, I hope this helps out and you are able to, again, have some ideas to incorporate technology into the phys ed setting. I will be coming back to you in November, if not sooner, with some helpful tools, useful tools and apps for the PE setting that I'll share via video here. So until then, I hope you have fun with your assignment. Okay, doesn't have to be all fancy. Do what you want. Just give me an example and upload it to Google Classroom through the post that I'll be there shortly, and hopefully you enjoy. All right. Again, anytime you have any questions, reach out to me and we will see you soon. Thanks.